Alright guys, what's going on everybody? I just kind of want to do a quick video. Kind of been out of existence for the past week or so, and I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but it's probably going to be the good, the bad, and the crazy. And I'll get to that in just a minute and kind of explain where I'm going with this video. But first of all, it's the day after Thanksgiving. Of course, it's Friday, Black Friday. Hope everybody's had a great Thanksgiving, and hope if you went out shopping, you were safe and had a good time. Lord knows I didn't go. I wasn't planning on going. Couldn't deal with the crowds. But anyway, just want to try to keep this as short as I can. Of course, I tend to get long-winded, so I can't make any promises. But we're going to start off with what's been going on the past week. Almost a week to the hour. Last Friday night, some of you may have known this, some of you didn't. My sister has been pregnant, and she gave birth to my niece, and of course our parents' first grandchild last Friday night at 10:30, 6 I believe, right around that time. Beautiful, healthy little girl, and couldn't be happier. My sister did have a little bit of difficulty with throughout the labor, but everything's fine. She's fine, the baby's fine, and of course they're home now. But like I said, that was Friday night at about 10:36. She had the baby, so after we all, both families were there, we were all there to, most likely, I want to say it was about 2:30 in the morning when we left and went home. Well, so we all came home and all went to our houses and everything, got some rest. Well, we got up early. All of us met back up the next morning down at the hospital. Well, my mother had actually called me and said that my father wasn't feeling well, but they were on their way. And my dad, he's been going through some stuff, but he has his good days and his bad days, but he just wasn't feeling real well. So they made it down to the hospital. Well, as soon as my dad walked into my sister's hospital room, I could just tell he wasn't himself. He was real quiet. He looked pale. And I won't go into too many details, but within about 5 minutes, or say 5 to 10 minutes, we were going from my sister's room to, I had my father in a wheelchair wheeling him downstairs with a nurse to the emergency room at the hospital they were in. And we were admitting my father in the emergency room. He became very ill very quickly, having very severe pains in his stomach, could not figure out what it was going on. So here we are with my sister on the 3rd floor of the hospital on one side in the birthing center, and then on the other side of the hospital, my father was in the emergency room. So here again, this goes in with the bad. So after spending a few hours in the ER and then running a few tests, they could tell he was, he's having severe pains in his stomach. He had real bad upset stomach, was vomiting, really bad, and just had, was just in a lot of pain. And my father has a very high tolerance for pain, and to see my father in that much pain, I knew something was going on. So they ended up admitting him into the hospital that night, or might as well say the very next morning, because it was midnight, 1 o'clock when they finally got him into a room, maybe a little later. Of course, that was Sunday morning, like I said, about 1 a.m. So we sit around Monday, I came back to my parents' place to check on their place and everything, and check on the animals and everything, made sure that everything was okay, and I ended up staying the night here. And that same night, or morning, should I say, that Saturday morning, Mrs. Euro was up most of the night helping our other min pin, Lucy, give birth to her 3 new pups. And let me backtrack for 1 second here, guys. You guys saw my video of a loss of a friend. I appreciate every comment you guys left. Mrs. Euro did as well. The thoughts and prayers that you sent us. I know for some people that don't own animals, or not really animal people, don't understand, but that was my wife's best friend. She had her long before I was around, and I love the dog as well, and it was just time to let her go. And but on the good side of that, our other younger one, Lucy, the red one you saw in some of those photos, no, she's not a Chihuahua. She's actually a min pin. She's a red min pin. We bred her with my wife's father's dog, who's a min pin as well, and they're full bred and everything. But she had 3 puppies and ended up running into some trouble Saturday morning while we were all separated, and had to take her to the emergency vet because the last one, the little girl pup, did not want to come out all the way by herself. So after a trip to the emergency vet, have 3 new pups, and Lucy's doing fine. So again, sorry about backtracking a little bit, but that's another little crazy thing that went on. But so they admitted my dad. Of course, it being Sunday, really wasn't a whole lot they did. Sunday they just kind of monitored him. But Monday the doctor come in and was talking about that they thought after running a couple of tests and running an MRI and a CT scan and thing, that they thought he had gallstones. Well, I thought it was kind of funny, and he kind of looked at me, and I was like, well, he doesn't have a gallbladder. Well, make a long story short, I'm not a doctor, and I come to find out you can still have gallstones even after they take your gallbladder out, and he had some trapped in what they call the common area of your stomach, and so it was actually blocking his stomach from working properly and going into his small intestines. So that was Tuesday. I'm sorry, that was Monday. Excuse me. And here again, guys, I'm extremely tired, so I'm sorry if I'm stuttering or mumbling and backtracking a lot. But that was Monday. So actually, Monday, they sent my sister and the baby and her husband home. Everything was fine with them, so they sent them home Monday with their newborn. And so finished running the test on my dad's and found out that what they needed to do was go in and get those gallstones out and do another little small procedure, and everything would be fine. Hopefully, they would do that Tuesday, and then he would be able to come home Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So, they ended up doing the procedure Tuesday afternoon at about 3 o'clock. Everything went great, better than expected. The doctor said. He came back out, and we were all waiting to see what was going to be said. And everything went great, and he said, if he does well, he can hold fluids down, then, hey, he'll be able to go home tomorrow, which was Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So, my niece, their grandchild was born. My mother actually didn't get to hold her for the first time till the next day after she was born, when they were taking my dad to get tested that night. She went up to the room and held her granddaughter for the first time. And so, like I said, Wednesday, I went and picked up my mother and my father from the hospital. They released him. He seemed to be doing better. Of course, he's still a little weak and needs to get his energy back up. And while they were in the hospital, they found out he's a diabetic as well, which is nothing serious. It's of course it's a serious thing, but with a little diet and exercise, he'll get it under control and everything will be fine. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday, of course, we all got up, had Thanksgiving dinner and everything with some family, and had a real good time. And everything seems to be back to normal. My father actually, let me backtrack again one more time. Wednesday afternoon, he actually we went over after he'd come home and rest for a little while. He couldn't wait to hold his granddaughter, so we loaded up in the car and went over there, and he held his granddaughter for the first time. And it's nothing like seeing my father's eyes light up like it did. I think it made him feel a million times better after holding his granddaughter for the first time. And we're all real happy. Everybody's home safe and is getting better. So that's where I've been, guys. So, like I said, I tried to keep this short, and I can already see I'm about over 8 minutes. So, guys, I'm sorry if I rambled on too much, but just kind of want to let you know what's been going on. I did get some footage yesterday at Thanksgiving, kind of a family tradition that me and my cousin started a few years back. We usually get together and shoot skeet on Thanksgiving afternoon after we've all ate and had a good full belly, but didn't really get any skeet out. But a couple of us got out there, and me and him, he'd bought a couple new pistols, and of course I grabbed a couple of my pistols and the shotgun and the rifle and went out there and we shot a little bit. So I got a little bit of footage of that, so maybe if I can get that together in the next day or so, I'll post it up for you guys. But again, guys, didn't mean to tear you on too long. Hope I didn't bore you, but just kind of wanted to give you an update on what's been going on. So I have a new niece that I love very much already, and my sister and my brother-in-law is doing okay, and my dad, after having his surgery Wednesday afternoon, he got to come home, and everything's hopefully going to be back to normal. We're all really tired and wore out, but just glad everybody's home. So again, guys, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a blessed one, and like I say, guys, we'll talk to you later. Thanks again. Bye.